Which one of us has a harder time not having sex? Me. Yeah, it's me. That's fair. My name's Justin.
I'm Jackie.
And we are engaged.
How'd you meet?
Our college church, we both volunteered at it and thought he was a weirdo, but I was kind of liked him. So, started dating eventually.
Are you guys ready to play Truth or Drink?
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right.
Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. What would it take for you to have sex with me before marriage?
Nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
You teach me and I'll teach you.
Beta on.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Beta on.
Gotta catch 'em all.
We are going to talk about how modern women, say most women in today's society that have been around all the dating apps, social media, all of that stuff. So most modern women, how they treat what we are going to call weak men. And it doesn't necessarily mean they're weak men, but in an interaction with women, you're going to see what I mean about weak. And actually, to give you guys a better, or to give us all kind of a better understanding, because I know some people don't like the terms alpha and beta. So what we're going to look at today, the way that I'm going to categorize beta and alpha is going to be really simple. I'm not going to put all this bunch of stuff on here. It's simply in an interaction with one person. Let's just pretend man and woman. I'm going to consider in that interaction, if a guy is being beta, he's letting her take the lead. Think about an alpha, like the alpha of the pack. They're going to be the trendsetters. They're going to be the discoverers. They're going to be the first ones there. They're the leaders, and then the betas would be more of a follower. In any natural interaction with women, strong men should lead. Women would love to follow a strong man. So again, when we look at this, when I say beta, I'm going to say, and just watch in the interaction with the woman they're with, notice that if a guy is letting her take the lead, letting her be the decision maker, he's indecisive, all of those things are going to put him in the category of a beta mon, is a beta guy around women. They're going to instantly sense that weakness, and then they're going to know, okay, this is a guy, again, that I can put in my back pocket or that I can make jump through hoops to do whatever I want. So simple interaction, alpha and beta in this term, we're just going to say who's going to lead the interaction, who's going to follow. Justin and Jackie. So the story here is this is an engaged couple. They're both engaged to be married, and they're not having sex. And, okay, we're going to start with a drinking game, by the way. Any of you guys that are drinking here with me, you don't have to be. You could be drinking water. You could be drinking beer, Juice Box, Capri Sun, Tang, Sunny Delight. But for the game here, guys, whenever you cringe from a beta mon today, one of the guys does something that makes you go, ugh, you're going to feel it in your stomach. You have to mention it in the chat so we can cheers with you and drink. Jackie is the one on the left, the girl. Justin is the beta mon.
Which one of us has a harder time not having sex? Me. Yeah, it's me. That's fair.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are you and how do you know each other?
My name's Justin,
I'm Jackie.
and we are engaged.
How'd you meet?
Our college church, we both volunteered at it and thought he was a weirdo, but I was kind of liked him. So, started dating eventually.
Are you guys ready to play Truth or Drink?
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right.
Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. What would it take for you to have sex with me before marriage?
Nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
All right, we're going to start with this first thing, the first interaction here. There's going to be a lot of micro interactions that we see here. First interaction is, and this told me kind of a lot about their relationship. So let's go back to, I think, 38 seconds or so in, and watch how forceful she is with her answer that, would you ever have sex with me before marriage? And watch how forceful she is, and then notice how he does a laughing kind of, it's an uncomfortable moment, so he laughs it away. To me, that I can already see the entire situation that happens between these two. I can see that he's always trying to touch her. He's always trying to cuddle her. He's always trying to be all over her. And she is the one that always has to say no. And since she always has to say no, again, he's making her the decision maker in their interactions when we talk about alpha and beta, because she's deciding yes or no. He's always pursuing. She's always swatting him away. So she gets forceful because she knows if she doesn't put her foot down, he won't stop. So then it just gets cemented. And watch this. And just imagine how this would play out when they actually get married. Because think how young they are right now.
Marriage.
Nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We are a couple who are choosing not to sleep with one another
Until we're married.
So yeah.
You see, okay, so even look at something like that. We are a couple waiting to sleep together, and you see how quickly he jumps in until we're married.
Who are choosing not to sleep with one another
Until we're married.
So yeah. What about you?
Now, here's what I noticed with that. We're a couple that are choosing not to sleep with one another until we're married. You guys don't think girls know the plausible deniability game? She's probably like, yes, I made a pact with you that we will not sleep with each other till marriage. And she's sitting here going, but you don't have to know about all the Chad and Tyrones I'm sleeping with on the side before we're married. We just made a deal that you and I wouldn't sleep together till we get married. We never said who else I'd be sleeping with while you're, remaining chaste this whole time. Yeah. Yikes.
What about you? What would it take for you to have sex with me before marriage?
See, I think you're a lot more grounded in this than I am. Like for me, I start to reason, we're getting married, it's
almost
fine, we're
married.
almost there.
Do you guys think you're gonna be really horny on your wedding?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's the day.
Okay, so let's check this out, guys. And this is another thing is about women here. So women are like cats. And if you think of a woman as a cat that just got a new toy, the minute the cat has figured out how the toy works, it gets bored and moves on. Curiosity killed the cat, but once the curiosity is gone, the cat is bored. It's done. It wants. If any of you have ever had a cat, a cat toy lasts for a couple of days, if that long, unless it's a laser pointer, because they can never figure it out. And so in this, on a date setting, that would happen, of course. Or you're over texting her, the mystery's gone, she gets bored of you. But just think about in this scenario, she already knows, the girl, Jackie here, knows that he wants sex so much more than she does. She knows how much he is into her. So she, is the cat, has figured him out so long ago that, again, you're going to see her, and if you just really take this entire interaction she has, it's almost as if she's emotionally detached from their relationship. She's bored. She's not engaged. She has her emotions are not engaged, so she's bored of this guy. Compare that to right here for a short term what the solution would be. If you're a guy, short term what you should be doing. If you're just out there dating around, be mysterious, unpredictable, and unavailable. So remember, if her hypergamy never thinks she has you, she never can figure you out, she never thinks she has you, she will continue to look at you as a high value guy in the prize. But once you let her know that anything for you, I love you, you're my everything, again, her hypergamy goes, I have him. It's just an instinct. Well, if I already have him, then I must be able to do better. That's her biological instinct to survive. It's just in all women. And so that's going to spark up. So again, think about him. Is he being mysterious, unpredictable, or unavailable at all? He's all over her. He's just suffocating her in a sense.
What's the most annoying question people ask when they find out you're not sexually active?
Why? It's they ask that a lot.
We have a couple of reasons. One is because we're Christian, and it's just kind of a thing as part of your faith is you just wait until you're married. But for myself, I'm not a virgin. I've done it before. So I just realized I was I'm not gonna do this again until I am with someone in a super committed relationship like marriage.
What do your guys' parents think of this?
My parents are very, very, very conservative.
My family is the opposite of conservative. They know like where we stand on things, so they wouldn't be surprised if I was like, yeah, we waited till marriage.
Okay, all these little subtle things that I see some of you guys already picking up in the chat. Yes, so you heard that right. She is not a virgin. He is, and they are waiting as a couple. And some things to actually point out here is that she mentioned, so the guy, said he's from a conservative family, but we know that he's the one would let it slip, and he's like, oh, I would have sex basically if she would allow it, he would be doing it. She's the one that she said her parents are the opposite of conservative, meaning that she could definitely sleep around. She's not sleeping around because she's saving herself, like this is what she was raised with in that sense. She's choosing to not do it because she's just not attracted to this guy. She doesn't want to sleep with this guy. Whether she slept with more than one person or not, that is up for debate on whatnot. But with this guy, she's using this perfect plausible deniability to not have to sleep with him. Oh yeah, well, yes, I believe in Christianity too. Yep, great. Now again, I say this is a guy, I know some men that are Christians and they set that and they weren't going to budge on that. They're not going to give it up till marriage. And that's important to them. That to me is a different story because he's the one in control of that. This guy has already admitted that he would break his vows or whatnot if she would allow it. So again, another beta move for this guy.
Which one of us has a harder time not having sex? Me.
Yeah,
It's me. I'm a very physically affectionate person, kind of naturally, and she's a little bit not. I respect her boundaries, and like if she's like, I don't want to be hugged right now, I don't want to be touched right now, like I'll usually listen as best as I can.
When I'll just like kind of like dead drop if I like don't want to be touched, I'll just drop to the floor, and I'm just like no. Ooh.
All right, yikes! Yeah, you guys are already seeing this, man. All right, so we have to show this. This is the plantation, guys. Let's talk about the plantation mindset. All right. The plantation mindset, it's a state of mind where a man uses the gauge of women or the woman that he's in a relationship with to determine his own worth. In other words, being trapped in the rat race of living for a woman rather than yourself. Just listen to the words he says and look at this picture. This picture perfectly explains this relationship that we're watching right now. Of he's always trying to make moves, he's always looking, but he's stepping on his tiptoes, he's trying not to make her mad. All he's doing is living his life, walking around where she is in charge of everything. Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do this? Just checking in with her, like that's totally looking for approval from her. I'm going to show you the little part I'm talking about.
Which one of us has a harder time not having sex? Me. It's me. I'm a very physically affectionate person, kind of naturally, and she's a little bit not.
When I'll just like kind of, and I'm just like no. Ooh.
So are you guys noticing this too? When people say stuff about alpha mindset or masculine mindset, you can see when we're watching this that between this interaction, she's doing like the wrestler moves. Oh yeah, I would just drop him to the floor if he ever did that.
Like dead drop if I like don't want to be touched, I'll just drop to the floor.
And he's like, well, I try to respect her boundaries. You could see him bow his head down as he said it.
She's like, I don't want to be hugged right now, I don't want to be touched right now, like I'll usually listen as best as I can.
Yeah, I get in trouble. Like bowing down. Like you guys can easily see that in these scenarios, she's playing like the alpha, he's playing the beta. If you had to throw a label on either of these in this interaction, one's alpha, one's beta, she's alpha, he's beta in these scenarios. You'll just see it over and over and over again, which is why she doesn't want to touch him, which is why she's like, yeah, hey, sometimes I just have to tell him to get off of me. Pile driver him.
Oh, man. Do you fantasize about me when you masturbate? And if so, what am I doing in this fantasy? And if not, why not? Why aren't you answering this question? Great. Do you masturbate?
This is a really good drink. How many sexual partners have you had?
One. And that's it. I mean, then now I'll have two, eventually, in a couple months. But yeah, that's one. Do you wish I was a virgin?
Yes and no. You wouldn't be who you are without kind of knowing, or especially like when it comes to knowing what you want in our relationship, without maybe have gone through some of those relationships that were different.
She's had sex.
All right, guys, don't you think I'm going to let some things slip that were a little suspicious about how she answered? Don't you think I'm going to let those slip? If you caught some things and you're like, dang it, I wish he said something about it. Oh, I'm going to break it down. But first, we got to play. We got a Prince quiz, guys. Prince quiz. Our friend Jackie here. Prince quiz. Has Jackie only slept with one other person?
How many sexual partners have you had?
One. And that's it. I mean, then now I'll have two, eventually.
You can put a 1 or 2 in the chat, or a yes or a no. Has Jackie only slept with one other person? You see here with her fingers there, she said she's only slept with one other person. I did a little Sherlock Holmes detective work on this one. We're gonna rewind a little bit here. All right. See if you guys can catch this.
How many sexual partners have you had?
One. And that's it. I mean, then now I'll have two, eventually, in a couple months. But yeah, that's one. Do you wish I was a virgin?
There is so much, guys. There's so much to unpack in that little 10, 14, whatever second clip. So much to unpack. All right. Watch this. First thing, so he asks, how many sexual partners have you had? Now, the first thing is notice how ready she is with her answer, and notice what she's doing. She's putting the 1, she says 1, and she's doing the gesture. Okay, these are some deceptive maneuvers going on right now, guys. Some deceptive maneuvers. She's doing it so hard, boom, forceful, 1, putting it in his head. It's just 1. It's just one other guy. Just one other guy. It almost seems like she's overly trying to, justify. It's just 1. And it's very subtle with her body language, but that's what she does. And then, so she repeats it twice, too, to get in his head with the gesture twice. And then notice, too, what does she do? She stutters. Well, 2 will be 2 in a few months once, you and I do it. A little Freudian slip, like she's definitely not just had one partner, in my opinion. And then she even shifts the subject right away. Hey, are you mad that I'm not a virgin? Boom, just trying to get the heat off of her because she was lying. It's one of those things, if you have ever said a lie or a fib and your voice cracks a little bit, you're like, oh no, I hope no one could tell that my voice just changed. Oh shoot, I better change the subject real quick so that they're not on to me. Just watch it again, and it's so subtle, guys, but just watch this.
How many sexual partners have you had?
One. And that's it. I mean, then now I'll have two, eventually, in a couple months. But yeah, that's one. Do you wish I was a virgin?
Yes.
And look at him, guys. He's lost in another world. Look how easy it is for her to trick him. Look how easy. He has no clue. Zero clue. Look at him. He's off in Wonderland going, man, I'm just thinking of my future bride and her white pure dress and all that. And he's just dancing on clouds here. He's riding unicorns, thinking of his perfect girl. And she's just like, whew, that was close. Oh, wait, I forgot this guy doesn't pick up on anything. That was actually pretty easy. Just totally lied right in front of him.
No, you wouldn't be who you are without kind of knowing, or especially like when it comes to knowing what you want in our relationship, without maybe have gone through some of those relationships that were different.
Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.